This is Dark Forest Reviews. I'm Nathan.
And I'm Marston, and today we are reviewing the 2002 werewolf horror flick Dog Soldiers, directed by Neil Marshall, starring Kevin Mckidd, Sean Pertwee, and a bunch of other actors.
So the plot of this movie takes place in Scotland, up in the mountains, and a training unit, an army training unit, they go into the Highlands of Scotland just for an exercise, and the exercise turns into a bloodbath. They're stuck, held up in this cottage by these werewolves. This whole pack of werewolves is just after them. The hunters become the hunted, and these guys are just fighting for survival against the pack of wolves. They're the three little pigs, and the wolves are coming in to get them.
Yeah. So obviously with that description, there are going to be some minor spoilers for this review. So if you've not seen it, there may be some sensitive information. Won't reveal any important points of the movie other than the simple plot, but just be warned. And thus saying that, what are your initial thoughts of the movie?
I mean, it's one of my favorite movies, to be honest. The movie is excellent. I love werewolf films, and this one by far is the best one that I've ever seen. It's got everything that a classic monster movie would love. It's got, it's all practical special effects. There's zero CGI in it.
Zero green screen, zero anything.
It's got great acting, great characters. There's not really any A-list actors. These are all people you really haven't heard of, but they definitely pull their weight through.
At the same time, they're not underground actors. Sean Pertwee's great. He's in Gotham, Event Horizon, great movies. Kevin Mckidd, Rome,
Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy, there we go.
A-list actor
Grey's
right
Anatomy.
there.
No, good. I mean, I sometimes do.
I prefer not to.
Occasionally, no. Liam Cunningham, Davros Seaworth from Game of Thrones. So it has some really great unknown, more British actors. This is again a British movie directed by Neil Marshall, British director. He also did The Descent, another great horror movie, Centurion, Swords and Sandals, Gladiator type Game of Thrones episodes, where he also directed Liam Cunningham, who was also in Centurion. So yeah, all these characters are really, really great. Especially Spoon, portrayed by Darren Moffat. He's absolutely hilarious in this movie.
It's the comic relief of the whole film, really.
Which is kind of saying, we're not saying that like the movie's not funny. This is a really, really funny movie. Like, it's comic relief, but every single character has like there's so many funny lines in this movie, so much quick, witty banter, a lot of like British slang.
It's like when they say this movie is like Jaws, Aliens, and Predator, they're not lying. I mean, it's got awesome one-liners like Predator does.
Great one-liners, great memorable quotes like an Alien. Like, you know how much you like the Colonial Marines in Alien, this is how much you're gonna like people in this. They're likable, but they also play really, really good soldiers, really dutiful. They're great banter, they love roasting each other, they love telling stories, sitting around the campfire telling each other what they're truly scared of. And that scene I love so much. It shows each one of the characters and kind of gives them an in-depth look into how they act just by a simple phrase and what they're scared of. Like Bruce, what is he afraid of?
Bruce is afraid of the self-destructive nature of the human condition.
So we can see, just from that line, he's into these deep moral, existential crisis things.
He's a deep dude.
He's a deep dude. And then we have Joe, who
loves football, or soccer as us Americans call it.
And the entire movie, he's just complaining, oh, I'm going to miss the footy, I'm going to miss the footy.
For this wampa.
Yeah, it's great. Spoon, castration,
Castration,
that's definitely all of us men's highest fear. I mean,
at least it's mine, that is.
Yeah, and then, and not to go into too much detail, because you obviously want to watch this movie and hear all this dialogue for yourself, but all this dialogue, written by Neil Marshall, which also directed it, was excellent, totally on point, hilarious, not forced, never exposition, just great. Like, it felt so real, it felt so natural, it flowed great. I love the dialogue. It's one of the best parts of this movie.
Yeah. Characters are great. This movie is it's not like your average action horror comedy. It has a good plot line to it with great plot twists, even almost like shocking plot twists that you don't see coming. And that's not something you normally see from a horror film.
It's not just, here's 10 people you don't really care about, watch them get killed in gratuitously violent ways, which do happen, but you actually care about each one of the characters. This film really has heart in showing that when a character dies, you actually care. You're not just like, oh, I cannot wait to see this
it's
annoying.
like, oh darn, that guy just died. Oh.
And they're done in the movie, and it's like one last soldier to protect the house with, and it's sad, but it's also awesome because most of these guys die a warrior death. It's just epic.
And it was almost like their efforts were almost going towards nothing. These guys just dump buckets and buckets of bullets into these things before they realize that like there's only a couple ways to kill a werewolf.
Yeah. If only they figured that out at the very beginning of the movie, you know.
But then again, a self-respecting werewolf wouldn't have any silver in the house, right?
That's true. Yeah, I guess not.
In terms of like special effects, I mean, it's great. I mean, they're guys in suits. They're actually dancers in suits.
With stilts on.
Yep, with stilts on and
animatronic heads.
Animatronic heads. Yep. These things look real. I mean, if you saw them in person, it would be pretty scary.
And this is where you and I differ. I know you love the werewolves. I think they look a little bit cheesy up close. Running from far away when you see their silhouettes and breathing, it's awesome. When it shows like a close up of them really close, I'm like, that's just a guy in a suit. It's not so noticeable that you're like, it doesn't detract from the movie that much. That's just a small nitpicky thing that I have.
They don't really show the faces and the heads too much, but they show them enough that you know what they look like.
It's much like the xenomorph from the first Alien, you know, like you see glimpses of him, towards the end you see him full on. And it's almost scarier when you don't see it entirely.
Yeah. And
yeah, but another great thing about it is like the location. Almost this entire movie is shot in this one house and in these woods. There's no like civilization in this movie. There's no like city shots. There's no cars besides like the one car out in the woods.
Well, there was two, but they both got destroyed. Oh, that was a plot spoiler.
Sorry. You know what? No, it's good. But yeah, it's all shot in this one place, which really adds some more. It adds some more tension, adds some more intensity, gives some claustrophobic feel. They're hiding in this house. If they go outside, the werewolves are going to be there and kill them. So it really adds a good element to it. And it also is great because not only is the danger outside, but the danger's inside, within them and among their ranks, which really adds a good dynamic to it.
Yeah, it has drama in it as well as action and comedy. And there's character tension. The only thing it really doesn't have is, and this may be sad for you lady folks, but there isn't a whole lot of like, there isn't really a romance affair in it.
There is a strong female character, which, like, Emma Cleasby played, what's her name, Megan?
Yep, Megan.
Megan, she's great in the movie. Yeah. So definitely strong female characters. There's no romantic, but then again, when you're in the house with a bunch of soldiers, I mean, you're not really going to this movie expecting a romantic interest. So, but
there is maybe some light undertones that you think about what it possibly could have been a love affair between some characters, maybe, but
like Spoon and Kevin Mckidd.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but yeah, this movie's great. I love this movie so much. It's funny, it's action packed, it's scary. Not so much scary, it's more intense, frightening. Sitting on the edge of your seat the whole movie. It's really good.
If you love werewolf films, this one's pretty much this one's the holy grail in my opinion, really.
It's a unique take on it. If you love Predator, if you love Alien, if you love Jaws, all those types of movies.
And it was so good that Neil Marshall had plans for a sequel, which was supposed to come out in 2014.
12 years later.
12, yeah.
They even came out with a poster for it?
They came out with a poster for it.
Dog soldiers, fresh meat.
They even had a teaser trailer for it, which I haven't been able to find really, but I somehow know it exists, possibly, but
I really would have looked forward to that.
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen a sequel.
I don't know where the movie would have gone. I'm not going to spoil the ending, but after the movie, it's kind of...
Even if the movie sucked, I still would have liked to have seen a sequel. I would have loved it,
because this movie is one of my favorites. I would give it a high 8, almost a 9, at least an 8.5. This movie's great. Not a whole lot of flaws I can think of. It's an absolute must-buy. What are your thoughts for...
I give it an 8.5. I mean, it's not without its flaws. I mean,
It's definitely not perfect.
Yeah.
Not very movies are, but it's definitely unhindered direction.
Mm-hmm.
There's no production that's keeping Marshall back from achieving his true vision, which I believe made the movie really great. He's a great director, one of my favorite directors, and looking forward to his upcoming projects.
Yeah. If you don't have a copy of this film, pick it up.
Buy it on Blu-ray.
Buy it on Blu-ray.
Special edition.
Special edition to get a ton of special features along with great cover art. You see the poster in back, yeah.
Plus, like you can tell we're really huge fans of this movie. Seeing it like so many times.
Yeah.
We can quote this back for it. Great quotes throughout the whole movie. You'll be referencing it. It's great.
Yep. You'll be talking British by the end of the week.
Yeah, I love it. Yep. So thanks so much for watching our review.
I'm Nathan.
I'm Marston.
And what we want to know in the comments section is,
Do you like bread?